Sarah Carlton. Number 10, Kelsey Watson. Number 5, Haley Chisenholm. And number 4, Kaylee Vestine.
Okay, looks like we're about to get underway here as Cambrian looks to have the first serve. That is number 17, Amanda Kring, who was an OCAA All-Rookie last season, starting things off. That one's over the net. It is played. Hit over by Humber, but that is saved there. As it's bumped over by number 10 from Cambrian. Back over now on Cambrian side. They go for it. Number 15, Sarah Charlton, one of their key players as well. As they take the early lead here, and Humber has only dropped 2 sets all season so far.
Right at the beginning of the season when they dropped the 2 sets. Ever since then.
So that will be served. The serve is good. And it is out. That was Thalia Hanneman, the All-Canadian from last year. Got a nice piece of that one, but could not keep it within the confines of the court. So Cambrian takes it. 2-zip lead so far. As Kring will go back and serve again. That's safe. Hanneman is blocked at the net. And
looks like a net violation.
Yeah, looks like a net violation against Humber. So Cambrian will take a 3-zip lead now. Kring back there for her 4th serve. So great start from these Cambrian Golden Shields as they look to upset these Humber Hawks. Serve is good, it's over. And it's hit back on the Cambrian side by Humber. And a nut block there by Humber. Elizabeth Deacon Coop. Great job there by the Humber player. As now we have number 5 for Humber, Brittany Vanderland, going back. And
that was into the net. Point Humber.
A little confusion as a fire alarm is currently going on in the gymnasium, so the game is halted. It was a Humber point on there. It is 3-2 Cambrian right now. Everyone's a little confused, including myself, as we have a fire alarm and the buzzers are going off. Everyone's a little confused as to what exactly to do.
And the fire alarm was going off during that rally, so I wonder if they would keep the point to Humber.
Definitely. I saw one of the Cambrian players make a motion towards the ref that she was confused by that.
Controversy already. Within 5 minutes of the game.
Yeah. It's something I've definitely never seen in all the games I've called over the years. A fire alarm
Hopefully the sprinklers doesn't get turned on right now.
Yeah. That would not be good for anyone here. Some people are grabbing their jackets just in case. So not too sure on what's going on, but we will keep you updated. But while the game is currently delayed and we're waiting to see what happens, we will update you a bit on this matchup. So the key players for Humber to cover, as they had a lot of award winners last season. We were talking about this before the game. We had Thalia Hanneman, who was an All-Canadian. She was the West scoring champion in Ontario last year. She was the MVP for all of Ontario. She was the championship MVP for Ontario, first team All-Star. So definitely their go-to player, the 5th-year player, so her last season, as they look to beat their best result ever, which was a 4th-place finish at the Nationals last year. Once again, doesn't look to be an update yet on this fire alarm.
No, they took the players off the court, get them a little water break.
Yeah. So we'll keep you updated on that. Other key players for Humber, Brittany Vanderland. She was the Ontario Rookie of the Year last season. She was a first-team All-Star and an All-Rookie All-Star, something you don't see often. And she was a championship All-Star as well in the Ontario Championships. Then we had Kelsey Kovar, who was a second team for All-Ontario, and she was also a championship All-Star for the All-Ontario and Alexander Newman, who was a Ontario first team All-Star as well. So as we said, no update yet on this fire alarm, but the buzzers keep going and the lights are blinking as we're trying to figure out what's going on at the moment. Cambrian, they didn't have, on the other side of things, they only had one All-Star last year. It was Amanda Kring, who we saw with some great serves to start off the game. She was a OCAA All-Rookie on the All-Rookie team last year. So Cambrian really looks to be a program on the up and up. They are coming into the season 6-2, being a strong Ontario team so far this season, and really they've been neck and neck with Humber so far.
And if you look at Cambrian as well, they have a young team. A lot of the people on the team are usually 1 to 2 years on it.
Yeah.
So they have a lot of room to grow.
Definitely. Humber's always supported a bit by having both Humber, so you have students here a lot more than just 2 to 3 year programs, as we see 2 4-year students and a 5th year student. So Cambrian, they don't have many. They have a 4th year student and 5th years, 2 5th years as well, but they'll look to be focusing on some of those younger players. As you see, 2 2nd year players, Watson and Kring, are starting today's game.
And Kring has the hot hand right away. Getting those 3 points first.
It looks as if the teams are on the court currently warming up or keeping warm during this delay. As we said before, Cambrian leading 3-2 in this one. Kring had some 3 great serves that were really hard to defend against, and once again her team helped with the rally to get those points. But Cambrian has the lead. They are the underdogs in this matchup, but it's not the most mismatched matchup we could have in the OCAA, and it looks like there's still confusion as to what to do. No one hasn't evacuated yet. I think at this point, it's probably more they'll need to wait till if we aren't evacuating, they'll probably have to wait till the alarm stops, because you can't really concentrate and focus during a game with the beeping going off every few seconds.
The last thing you need is a flash. Player to get confused by the flash and makes you pick the ball to the face.
Yeah. So key players for Cambrian are Kelsey Watson, Sarah Charlton, and Amanda Kring, as they'll look for those 3 players this season to really step up their game. They're 6-2, doing great so far. It looks like the Department of Health and Safety is just getting an update on what's going on, so they're trying to figure everything out. So we are still delayed. It doesn't look like an evacuation is imminent at this point.
You guys just keep talking. Just tell them that the screen will go blank for a second. We're trying to fix a technical difficulty.
We were just having, if you notice, the blinking screen technical difficulty, so our screen will be going blank for a second, but we are still here. During this delay, so maybe a gift from the gods. As we were given this delay, we're not too sure when we're coming back at this point, as they are still working to figure out when the fire alarm will stop and whether or not we're evacuating. We'll stay with you until they touch the lead. So we'll prevent the match ball assisting with the King number team facing off. This is a match Humber Ontario champions last year. Sorry, last year. They're in the party. I believe it's. But Cambridge is a great program and set this season. So the Ivan Humber team definitely favor Kevin with the team Cambrian. And the best team was winning one set. That was Sinclair just about a week ago. So look to at some point in this team. Even up and down, they were up and down during the Humber Cup. But this season they've only dropped to a 3-1 and a 3-0 loss to Fanshawe and Mohawk. and have had some convincing victories as well. Lately, they got two close wins against Niagara and St. Clair, 3-2 over each.
And they're in the state standings tied with Niagara at 10 points apiece with a 5-2 record.
Definitely, and Cambrian
Is down in the bottom.
down there with 0 points. So it will be interesting to see how those teams line up. Humber's definitely the favorite, but can Cambrian steal a few sets? Maybe pull up the huge upset? Who knows?
You might be riding high one day, and next thing you know, you can get the slate off.
Exactly. Any given Saturday, as I like to say. You never know what's going to happen, as we have been proven tonight with this delay. Another update is coming through right now.
That just seems like the toy drop.
Oh, yeah.
So no update at this moment, unfortunately.
It's been a few minutes now. Since this one got started. We're at 3-2, a 3-8 Cambrian lead at the time of the delay. The coaches seem to be talking to the officials and each other, trying to figure out what's going on. As we said before, the players are keeping warm on court, just rallying around a bit. Nothing too strenuous as they try to keep loose for whenever this game resumes, which, as we have stated, we are not 100% sure when, as the fire alarm is still going off and such. It's definitely an interesting evening here.
It is, and it's good for Humber to get the 2 points before this little timeout break, we should call, by the fire line, because you don't want to go on a break like this down already 3-0.
Definitely.
And this break, it does for both teams, because you're getting caught up, ready to go right at the beginning of the game, and then a fire alarm happens, so now you're going to, instead of being all hands up, you're going to be calm, cool, and collective a little bit.
Yeah, the momentum definitely had shifted there. Cambrian, off of those good serves from Spring, had taken a 3-0 lead. And you made a good point there. Humber's lucky that they were able to grab 2 points back before this break, because they went in with the momentum, and coming out of this, I don't think either team really has a benefit. It'll be interesting to see if they try to challenge that second break. That second point, because the alarm started going off during it. So it'll be interesting to see if they pull that back. But either way, I think the momentum is pretty guaranteed to be nullified at this point, with both teams having such a long break. It's been about, I would say, 10 minutes at this point.
Yeah, it seems to be about 10 minutes. It actually seems a little bit longer. But for these players, it seems like an eternity before they even got back onto the court right now.
Definitely, especially with volleyball being such a fast-paced, such a continuous sport, with going back and forth, not really big breaks in between the sets and such. So it'll be interesting to see how this really affects them, as this will probably be one of the longest games they'll play all season, even if it is a 3-set game.
Well, let's hope this is the longest game to play all season with this type of break.
As you said, if you're just joining us, we are currently on a fire alarm delay, as the fire alarm lights and announcements are currently going off.
I got a new blue cord. I think it's the same thing.
Still waiting on
Just gonna take off that.
Does it
an
look like the
update,
same?
but they're trying to work out the situation at the moment, and the game is currently delayed with
No, it's not the same.
currently delayed
We
with
just trying
the
to
player
disconnect.
warning.
So they're gonna get disconnected if we touch this one.
Yeah, we're going to disconnect from there, okay?
Okay, we're taking a short break here as we try to figure out what's going on, as well as fix the technical difficulties. We'll be back shortly. Thank you. Hello and welcome back. We have good news and bad news. Good news is our technical difficulties seem to be fixed. Bad news is the delay is still continuing, as the fire alarm is still going off. We will come back on every 2 to 3 minutes and give you an update on the situation. But at this point, the game is still currently delayed. But stay tuned, stay with us, as we will be back shortly with another update, and hopefully within the next few minutes, the restart of the game. Just catch up. 3-2 Cambrian is the current score, and we will be back shortly with a further update. Thank you. Shane Summers, right?
Yeah.
I'll kind of do a reintroduction. Hello, and we are back here with live Humber Hawks volleyball game, courtesy of the Humber Hawks. This is James Blake, and I'm joined by Shane Summers here this evening as we kind of get a restart on this one. As the score is currently 3-2, there was a fire alarm that went off if you're currently joining us that which has delayed the game.
Lasted about 20 minutes, you can say.
Yeah, we were only 5 points in. So yeah, about 20-minute delay, but hopefully this one picks up here. Humber is about to serve. Back there is number 5, Vanderlyn.
Yep.
And it's good. It's over. It's set up. Hit over the net, and a nice block there by Humber. Great job there. Not 100% sure who got their hand on it, but that ties it up 3-3.
Deacon Putt was there too.
This one's good and over the net. Set up there for Cambrian, and that's good. That looked to have been number
8, Tony Teely. So it looks like a substitution already came in for Cambridge.
Yeah. Now number 15, Charlton, is serving as they look to extend their lead. It's Hanneman's shot over the net is good as it gets caught up in the block of Cambrian and their number 5, Chilsome. Hanneman, the All-Canadian from last year, serve. It's good. Set up over the net. Nice dig there. Hanneman over. And
net violation.
Yeah, a net
on
violation.
Cambridge.
Yeah, net violation there in Cambrian.
And the Hawks take the lead with that net violation, making it 5-4.
Not 100% sure what the current delay is, but Hanneman serves. It's over. A nice just tip over by Cambrian, but Humber keeps it alive and does a tip back as they set up a spike over and
net violation again for the Golden Shields.
Hanneman will once again serve as they make it 6-4. Their best lead of the day, extending their first lead. And a nice serve by Hanneman. Cambrian couldn't get a piece of that one.
Hanneman has the hot hand.
She certainly does, which isn't surprising for the All-Canadian from last year. Her serve just hits the net, goes over. Cambrian keeps it alive, but that hits the net and goes out of bounds. So Hanneman will serve once again as it's 8-4. A 4-point lead, and really what we were expecting from these Humber Hawks, being number 3 in the country. Good job from Cambrian to keep it alive, and a nice tip by number 9 from Humber. Deacon Poot to keep that one alive and get that point. Just a nice tip over and a timeout from Cambrian.
Halleman's shown that why she is the leader, the captain of the team by by getting 5 points right there for them.
Definitely 5 very dependable serves. Been got the lead for them and has extended it. Definitely a team effort on all of those points except for that one that was lost on the dig by Cambrian. But she definitely set them up there, has given great serves every time. That makes it hard for Cambrian to defend and get a good shot back over. So it'll be interesting to see how long her spot back there lasts, as they're currently on a 5-point streak.
And
6-point streak.
6-point streak. And can you say with the fire alarm, could that be the turning point for Humber?
Definitely could have woke them up a bit, as they seem to be holding the momentum now, as Hanneman has a nice serve.
And that's in.
Nice back corner serve. Cambrian called it out, but it was not. Fell in the back far corner, as Hanneman now serves for the 8th time in a row. Humber's keeping it alive on their side. Hanneman, a nice shot over the net, but Cambrian keeps it alive. And nice spike there by number 9, Deacon Poos, to get their 8th point in a row and really take a commanding lead in this first set, 11-4. If you're just tuning in, we're still this early in the first set because of the fire alarm that delayed the game. Humber, nice shot over, but it is out of bounds, and Cambrian grabs that point.
That was good net presence by both teams right there. We got the other ref on the court.
Refs are just currently having a little discussion. And Humber is claiming it was Cambrian put their hands over the net, but it is staying a Cambrian point. So it's 11-5 as they'll try to get the momentum.
And Watson's serving right now for the Golden Shields.
That just made it over the net. Humber wasn't prepared for that one, as it didn't look like it'd make it over. It hit the Cambrian side of the net and kind of did a little hop and fell. Watson will once again serve, hopefully to get a little bit more on it this time. It gets over. Nice dig there by the libero. And Humber, a great shot there by number 18, Mitchell. No one from Cambrian was anywhere near where that landed. So Humber will get the serve back, as number 9, Deacon Poot, will serve. 12-6 Humber. That serves over, good. Cambrian keeps it alive. Number 4 just does a tip over, but Deacon Poot throws a good one back, but it's back and forth. A quick there, and a
nice save.
Hard to tell what's going on with a few blocks there, and Humber's keeping it alive, and a
little miscommunication right there.
Yeah, miscommunication by Humber sends the point Cambrian's way as they make an error. So 12-7 is our current score, as number
Chisenholm is serving now for the Golden Shields, number 5.
And a great job there by Humber to grab that point.
Newman with the kill.
And number 1 for Humber will be serving Kennard. And that serves good. Cambrian shoots it back, and it goes long off of number 17, Kring. Humber serves again, and it's good. Kring tries to shoot it over, but looks to hit the inside of her fist and go backwards. And nowhere near to scoring on that one, as Humber will once again serve. And it's over. hard one to handle, and it
Net.
looks to be a net violation against Cambrian. So Humber will get this one again, 16-7. As the one they were down 3-0 and early, they look to be controlling. Cambrian tries to get it over, but another missed tip. That was from number 4, Bastine. As Cambrian definitely is having a lot of opportunities, but they're making a lot of unforced errors on their own end, trying to get it over, hitting it with the wrong part of their hand. At this level, those are errors you can't make too often, and especially in succession, as now they've built themselves a 10-point hole against these Humber Hawks. And being number 3 in the country, that's not for nothing. So you can't give yourself a 10-point hole against a team like this.
No, exactly. And what seems to be the Achilles ankle right now for the Golden Shield seems to be 4 net violations. What they're doing is they're setting the ball up a little too close to the net for them to be able to get a good spike in. And that's what's really taking them out of this game right now.
Definitely. They've had some good team play, but that execution on that third touch has been their downside so far in this one.
And with that fire alarm, it seems to kind of taken out of the life of the Golden Shield and brought life into the Humber Hawks.
Definitely. Humber got 2 quick points before that break and has not looked back, as number 1 Kennard will serve once again. This one's good and over. The libero gets a piece of that, and it's knocked over. Humber keeps it alive. But a nice hit there by number 8.
But another net violation for the Golden Shield. And they got to realize they got to stop doing those serves close to the net.
Yeah, it looked like the hand went over on that one. So Humber will serve again with a 11-point lead. But the point goes Georgian's way this time, with number 4 getting that, I do believe. Bastine, and she will now serve. They'll look for her to have a nice long run in that backcourt. And that is kept alive by Humber, and a nice hit over the net by, looks to be number 5, Vanderlyn. And Humber will serve. It's over the net. Georgian back. That's number 17 for Georgian Kring. And she does a good job of grabbing the point on that one. Very hard for Humber to play that one, as it had a nice spin on it. And number 8, Teal, serves, and a nice tip over. But Cambrian keeps it alive. Humber now setting up Hanneman. The libero keeps that alive for Georgian. They send it over. Hanneman once again, and it's in. And Hanneman gets a point, showing why she's the main go-to player on this team.
She's everywhere on that court, and you got to look at Golden Shield right there. They kept that ball alive and actually got the ball over the net.
Yeah, a very fast-paced rally back and forth on that one, as Newman now serves for Humber. And Kring tries to get a point there, but a nice block of the net by Humber. But that is scored by number 10, Watson. A nice hit at the net, as number 17, Kring, will go back, and she had a nice string of 3 serves in a row to take the early lead for Cambrian earlier in this one, as they're down 10 points, and they'll look to extend that. And that first serve definitely helped, as the libero misplays number 2, Wilkins.
Yeah, it looks like Wilkins and Mitchell both were confused on that, on who had it.
So Kring will once again serve, and will look to keep a strong streak back there as they try to get back into this set. It's kept alive. And number 11, Mitchell gets a great, number 18, Mitchell gets a great hit on that one and takes the 10-point lead as Humber serves. Number 5, Vanderlyn. Georgian sends it over. And a good block in the net by Cambrian to force Humber to make an error, and it goes way out the back. So 21-12 is our current score as number 15, Charlton, takes the serve. That's sent over. The libero mismanages it a bit, but Hanneman just keeps it in play and sends it over. And a nice block of the net off of a Georgian spike, but Humber keeps it alive off of a few missed shots. Humber and Hanneman with the spike. Number 8, Teal tries to get the dig on that one, but it goes way out the back as Hanneman goes back to serve once again. She had a string of 8 or 9 serves in a row to take the lead earlier, and her serve just drops perfectly. Cambrian, 2 players go for it, but way too quick for either of them to get to, as Hanneman will serve once again as they're up 23-12 and 2 points away from winning this set. A misplay at the net. It went in the net, and Bastine tried to keep it alive and threw it out way out back, as Hanneman will serve for this set. A block of the net there by Humber, and Cambrian hits it out the back, so Hanneman gets that serve. So 25-12 as we switch ends, and Humber takes the first set. Hanneman really the all-star for Humber in that one, as she lucked out and was serving at 2 critical times for her team when they were neck and neck with Cambrian and needed a lead, and she helped take that lead early in this one when they were down 4-3 and stretched it, and then to close out the set. Great timing for how Hanneman to be back there, but once again, great execution and teamwork by the Humber Hawks.
And Hanneman is she is the motor for this team. She's going, and even to close out this set, she had 3 straight serves that ended up in a point for her team. But also, let's look at Deacon Put at the front of the net. She's been getting blocks up there. She's been getting up, contesting shots from the Golden Shields, and she's been knocking them back over to the Golden Shields and getting herself some points for her team as well.
Definitely great play by Humber all around, as a lot of players stepped up in that set after being down early. We have another minute and 50 before the second set starts off in this one. And Humber is definitely the one with the momentum at this point. They dominated that set as we get our statistics. Hanneman with 3 kills, leading the entire game so far. Just some great play. Her serves were strong. She got a dig in there. Deborah Mitchell really, though, got 4 digs there for Humber College. Something you always forget about on the defensive end in volleyball is getting those digs, those hard to play shots, keeping them alive off of that nice attack from the other side.
And then Kinnard, too. She has 2 blocks as well.
Definitely. Mitchell has a block as well. So some great all-around play by these Humber Hawks. 8 assists by Vanderlyn. Great job from her. Only 2 errors compared to the 4 by Cambrian. Cambrian's key players so far, you got 3 digs from Teal, who came in off the bench, wasn't a starter. And 1 block from Charlton. And leading that team is Kelsey Watson with 2 kills. 5 assists for Teal as well, as she seems to be one of their key defensive players so far in this one, as they'll try to come back here in this second set. As just to update you, if you're just tuning in, Humber has taken a 1-set lead. They're down 3-0 early, but closed out that set with some dominating play. And number 5, Vanderleen, will start this off. It's good. Moved around a bit by Georgia. Sorry, Cambrian. Humber hits it back, and it is in. What looked to have been going out stays in. That looks been from Kennard. And Vanderlyn goes back for her second serve. Serves good and over. Kept alive, but great block by number 9 and number 1, Deacon Poot and Kennard at the net to get that point.
Those teams
and take a 2-0 lead.
Those two are working great together, right at the front of the net.
Serve is good and over. As Cambrian hits it over, kept alive by Humber. They just do a volley over the net. They set up for the attack here, and the block this time from Kennard and Deacon Poot was not solid enough as it gets stuck in their arms and falls down for a Cambrian point. As number 8, Teal, will go back to serve. Her serve's over, kept alive, spiked by Hanneman, and it is good. We have quickly learned throughout this one why she is an All-Canadian and was the Player of the Year for Ontario last season, as she serves. Over, kept alive by Cambrian. Nice block of the net there by Humber. As Hanneman spikes it over, and Cambrian can't get a hold of that one as 4-1. And as we said, Hanneman's really came into serving at some crucial parts throughout the first set, and this is another crucial part as they'll try to extend a big lead. As the Cambrian response to that serve was a tip over the net, but a nice strong attack by Hanneman sends it back, and Cambrian sends it quickly back, and an attack by Hanneman again sends it off the arms of number 5 Chisholm for Cambrian, and almost in the basketball net at the back. So Hanneman,
wrong sport.
Yeah, Hanneman will serve as they take a 5-1 lead, and that one is in the back and in. Cambrian stepped back from that one as they thought it was going out the back, but it did not. Hanneman showing she can really target that back corner and get it to drop there. And a nice tip from Deacon Poot keeps that one alive and almost got a point there as they battle out at the net, and it ends up going Humber's way because of a net violation against Cambrian as they made contact with the net as it was being played off of the net on Humber's side. As Hanneman serves once again, Georgian gets a piece of it. Sorry, Cambrian gets a piece of it and sends it over. And it goes out the back off of that Humber response. So Cambrian will now serve.
And it seems like Halleman's just been back there the whole time, just serving constantly and getting points for her team. That's why she's third in the OCAA with 4.5 points.
Definitely one of the stronger players in Ontario. As number 18 tries to get that one over, but a nice block at the net by number 10, Watson. And that one almost hit us up here at the broadcasting table as Cambrian makes it 7-3. As they'll try to extend this one, and it's called off of Humber. And number 17, Kring, who's had some really good serve runs throughout this one. Not as good as Hanneman on the other side, but some nice consecutive serves. Will serve once again, and that's over, and they send it back to Cambrian. They send it over, kept alive by Hanneman. A nice shot over by Deacon Poot, but Cambrian keeps it alive. Libero plays that. Mitchell, a nice attack by Mitchell over the net. They had no piece of that one as she makes it 8-4, and Deacon Poot will now take the serve. It's over the net, and it's right in the back corner. Humber doing a great job of using that back corner. Cambrian's really called a lot of them out, got away from the ball, not playing it, and that's really backfired.
They should be playing deep if they're just letting it go out that far.
And Humber serves once again, kept alive, sent over the net, but being set up, and a nice attack by Hanneman. Nice dig there by Kring. And that one sent over the net by number 5, but a
net violation on Humber.
Yeah, net violation by Humber.
And let's kind of go back to Hanneman. She has 4 in the first half or first quarter. She has 4 service ace.
Charlton sends it over the net. That attack is no good from Humber as it is blocked. And it goes back over and goes out. Looked like it was right near the line, but just went out the outside of the line as Humber will serve once again. Number 1, Kennard. She sends it over. The libero keeps it in play. That's sent over. Mitchell just does a soft attack over the net, and Cambrian cannot keep it alive as that was number 10 Watson going out of play to try to keep that one there, but it goes into the net as it's 11-5. Kennard serves once again. And that was a sub for Humber, number 13 Newman, who hits that one back, but it goes out of bounds as Watson now serves for Cambrian. It's over the net, drops to the libero, it's set up. Kennard attack over the net, and it is no good, goes out of bounds as Cambrian pulls within 4 in this one. 11-7 currently as Watson will look to serve again. Try to get another point off of her serve. She sends it over. Being set up. Mitchell with the attack, and very hard to play. Kring tries to get a piece of it, but goes way out the back and high up on the wall. No chance of that one. So Mitchell now goes back as it is 12-7 as she'll look to really extend Humber's lead. Just a nice soft toss over off of that serve. And the response from Cambrian goes far out the back. Not too sure who got a piece of that one. But Mitchell will once again serve. And another Cambrian timeout as they were close in that one, and it looks to be slipping once again. So they're going to try to figure out a game plan to really slow down these Humber Hawks. As we said, the key players so far for each team on the offensive side has been Hanneman for Humber, the All-Star from last season, the All-Canadian, the Ontario's most valuable player, really an all-around ace of a volleyball player. And on the Cambrian side, Watson's really been strong for them so far. She got a serve ace. She has 2 kills from the first set. And Teal on the defensive side for Cambrian has been very strong. As
she
Mitchell will once again go to serve.
Serving after the break for the Hawks, Maria Deborah Mitchell.
Mitchell sends it over. It's a tip over by Cambrian. But Hanneman goes in for the attack, and it goes off of the block and out. And Mitchell will serve once again as they make it a 7-point lead, looking to make it an 8-point lead. Sends it over the net. Cambrian sets it up. The attack by 5 is saved, and Hanneman over once again, and Cambrian keeps it alive, just gets a soft toss over as they took a lot of touches to keep that in there. And Humber will get that one in the back corner and take a 15-7 lead as they'll make 2 subs on. Number 7, Alexandra Howrack, and number 17, Carolina Domingo, as they'll look to give some of their starters and key players a nice rest in the middle of this second set as they have a strong lead at this point. Off of that serve, that tip over from Cambrian is saved by Humber. A block of the net there by Humber, but it's a net violation off of Cambrian. And Mitchell will serve once again. She's been back there for now. This is her 6th serve in a row. Mitchell sends it over. Cambrian keeps alive. Number 5 in there for the attack. And she gets the point. That's number 5, Chisholm, for Cambrian, who will now serve. The block there by Humber sent it out of bounds. And she'll look to try to make this gap a bit smaller as they're down by 8 currently. Hanneman for the attack, but they get charged for a net violation. The attack, Hanneman, some confusion. Cambrian player got hit in the head with the ball after the point was called off, but Hanneman had already went up for the attack. And that serve drops in the back and is in. So now all of a sudden it is 16-10. 2 quick points of a net violation and that nice strong serve there. She goes again, and Hanneman, sorry, that's not Hanneman, goes for the attack. That was number 13, Newman, who got the point on that one. So 17-10, and she will serve once again. It's good and over. Cambrian, a nice tip there by what looks to be number 2. Yes, number 2, Valier, Jillian Valier. She got the nice tip over that was very hard for Humber to read and play, as she will now go back and serve. 17-11 is our current score. Mitchell, Hanneman for the attack, and
what a kill.
Boom goes the dynamite on that one. Just drops convincingly.
And when Humber's looking to kill a streak from the Golden Shields, they look to go Hanneman's way every time.
Kinnaird comes back on as Humber will look to close this one with some of their starters back in as Kinnaird and Vanderlyn come back. Cambrian sends it over. Libero keeps it alive. And Kinnaird sends it over. Hanneman, a nice hit over the net, but forces Georgian to send it back over. Back and forth a touch. A nice attack there by by Cambrian. And just a little confusion all over the place there, as a lot of limbs everywhere.
It was one of those, is the ball going over the net type of moments, and then falls right in front of your face.
Definitely. So Cambrian will now serve. They're down by 6, 18-12. Cambrian sends it over, and it's long. That was number 8, Teal, serving, as she served it about 5 feet long. And Hanneman now serves, is 19-12, and she's had some nice strong runs of serving, so she'll look to possibly close out this set. Her serve's good.
Nice
she does a nice dig to keep it alive. Mitchell just slaps it right over. Cambrian's lining up, but they get charged for a net violation. And 20-12 is our current score, and another Cambrian timeout.
You got to figure those timeouts by Cambrian is really eating towards their players.
Definitely. Humber, I don't believe, has used a timeout yet, as they haven't really needed to, as they've carried the momentum throughout. But Cambrian's been forced to, as they try to get things, get the momentum at a higher pace for them, but they have not been able to do so since the start of the game. In that first set, they had that lead, but since then, they haven't really been able to get too close to these Humber Hawks. As they're down by 8, Humber's only 5 points away from closing out this second set. And with Hanneman back serving, you have to figure they'll have a good shot of getting close to closing out this set by the time she leaves that server's area. So Hanneman, number 14.
Serving after the break, number 14, Thalia Hanneman.
Hers goes long over the net. She tries to hit that back corner that she's been hitting all day, but it goes out of bounds as Kring will go back for Cambrian. It goes over, and Humber can't keep it alive as that dig goes into the net, and just under the net.
It's Wilkins and Mitchell again fighting for position out there in the back.
Definitely need to work on a bit communication back there. And that goes
Service
out
is
the
long.
back on that service. 21-14. It's served by Deacon Poop. And a nice tip by Kennard, at the net, just over, to take a 22-14 lead as Mitchell will come out. And number 8 comes in for these Humber Hawks, Adara Dillabo, as Deacon Poop will be back there continuing to serve as they're only 3 points away from the set. It's good. And the tip by Cambrian over goes long, but they get a violation called against them. So 23-14, Humber's 2 points away as Deacon Poop will once again serve. It's over and good. Looked like it could have went a bit long, but Cambrian plays it. Watson
played it right into the net.
Yeah, Watson tried to do a nice tip over, but it is no good as it hits the net and falls down. So 24-14 as Deacon Poop will serve for this set. It's over and drops, and the libero, number 6, Redwood, cannot play that one, so we're 25-14 as we switch ends once again as Humber Hawks take a 2-0 set lead. And Cambrian really came in like they looked like they could grab a set from Humber, but it's not looking that way anymore.
They looked right in the beginning of the game that they were coming here to play and try to end the Humber's set streak of winning consecutive sets, but ever since that fire alarm went off, Humber's hasn't looked really back and just kept going. And yet again, the first half they won 25-12. Now this set was 25-14.
Definitely, as we saw, Cambrian keeping their starters in for that second set, and Humber doing the opposite and getting some of their bench in. Really, the big names will start off with Humber. 8 digs for Deborah Mitchell. She's gotten 4 kills. 8 kills for Talia Hanneman. Some great overall play. 5 serve aces, 2 for Deacon Poop. And Hanneman has 4 digs herself. Some great overall play. 7 digs by Kyla Wilkins, their libero. So overall, some great play by the key Humber players. Definitely what we were expecting, as a lot of them were all-stars in some way, shape, or form during last season. For Cambrian, definitely hasn't had anyone step up to really secure many points for them. Amanda Kring has 3 service aces and 2 kills, but when the most kills of your team on your team is 2, it really says that you need some more. You need a player to step up and really
take control
and steal some points for you and hit the ball over to a point where Humber can't play it.
Well, what they got to do is they got to stay away from the front of the net, especially where Deacon Boot is. and they gotta, as soon as they get the ball to the net, they gotta start smashing their kills down. And they gotta really fight for those points to get back into this game.
Definitely. Kennard has been strong at the net with 4 blocks so far. Cambrian only being able to get 1 block scored. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see how Cambrian comes out in this third set where Humber has a chance to win it.
Yep. And if we look at it too, also as a team, Humber has a total of 5 team blocks. And Cambrian has 1.
Definitely. Just showing that it definitely shows who's dominating currently at the net in this one.
Yeah.
That's something that I'm sure the coach is talking about in the huddle right now before they come back in this one. And Humber's already taken the court. Their spirits seem to be high as they're doing what they've done all season and really dominate. They've only dropped 1 set coming into this one in 7 games. They're ranked 3rd in the country, and I don't think that's going to change if they keep up the play in this third set, because Cambrian's not a walkover team.
No. They're only 2 points behind Humber.
Definitely. They came into this one 6-2, dropping a 3-2 game against Fanshawe and a 3-0 against Fanshawe. And Fanshawe, another perennial contender in the OCAA and women's volleyball.
Yeah.
And they've had some strong wins over some of the lower competition in the OCAA. So this isn't a walkover team.
No.
And it really shows you what Cambrian is capable of, but also how good this Humber squad is and why they are ranked 3rd in the country. And
with Humber, what it is, they don't rely on an individual player. They rely on the team. With Golden Shields, they're still looking for a individual player, but also trying to rely on their team to get the points. And it seems like they're just shooting themselves in the foot.
Definitely some errors that have played against them, as Kring will be starting this one off. As some confusion about the balls. Everything looks to be good. So this one will start up again as Cambrian will look to win a set. Kring just gets that one over the net. Hanneman for the attack, and the libero Redwood barely could get a piece of that. Hanneman with just that dominant attack over the net. Has to be going about 40, 50 miles per hour or faster. Humber gets the serve over. Cambrian plays it. And Cambrian gets a block of the net, but Humber keeps that alive as Cambrian just tips it over. Hanneman with the attack does a bit light on an angle, but Cambrian's able to keep it alive. Hits it over, but it goes out the back as Humber gets that point as they take a 2-0 lead as number 5 Vanderland once again goes back for the serve. That's over and good. And
another point for Humber.
Yeah, looks like Cambrian makes an error on that one.
And what Humber's doing is they're laying that ball in Hanneman's wheelhouse, where she's just coming in, flying and smashing that ball.
Vanderland sends
confusion.
It up. Yes.
But it went out.
Yeah, some confusion from Cambrian as to what players were where, but that does go out of bounds. As now number 15, Charlton, will serve. It goes over. Mitchell gets the play on that one. A tip over by Kennard. Cambrian keeps it alive, but a nice block there at the net by I think Kennard got a piece of that, but Deacon Poop was there as well. As they're making that strong team at the net there, as they're 2 taller players and they're very similar size, so when they jump up together in unison, it's really hard to get the ball past. As that serve is good and over, but Cambrian gets a nice setup, and Humber can't keep that one in play as it's 4-2.
And that's why you obviously want your tallest players at the front of the net.
Watson now hits it over, and that point is scored as Ashley Derek, the backup libero, number 6, comes in for Humber. Can't get a strong piece on that one, as it's 4-3 now for Humber, as Watson will try to tie things up after this serve. And it's kept alive, and Deacon Pook gets a nice tip over that number 6 Redwood could not get a piece of. Deacon Pook will now go back for the serve. It's a great drop over the net. That looked like it had a lot on it, but it started dropping right before it crossed the net, just got over the net and dropped right in the middle where no one was near.
It was a beautiful serve.
Deacon Poot will go once again, 6-3, as we see Cambrian move to that spot where she just scored from. And the ball hits an antenna, so it's a violation against Cambrian. Bastine went just outside of the court to try to keep that one alive off of a off dig, but it hits the antenna. And Deacon Poot will once again serve. Nice strong serve that goes out the back from Cambrian as they try to set that one up, but no luck. Humber grabs another point, makes it 8-3, and Deacon Poot will serve once again. Cambrian setting it up. A nice tip over by Chisholm, but number 13, Newman, got a strong attack on that, but Cambrian keeps it alive. Number 10 Watson goes for the volley over the net, but a violation again from Cambrian, who's given a lot of points up to violations.
And so another timeout.
Yeah, 9-3 and a timeout here. What would you say is the key mistake that Cambrian's doing that they need to change in this set?
Well, what they got to do is they got to start setting the balls up better. You can't keep setting them up from the back court, and that's what's really handicapping them, because a lot of the players are not getting into position in time. That's why they're forcing a lot of errors, like the volley error, which is a lift, the net presence where you're net fouling every time. And if you look at Humber, they know where their players should be at every time and moment, and that's why, well, then again, that's why they always go to Hanahan, right? She just comes in, set it to the side, and she comes in with the spike and gets the points for the team. And if you look at who is Deacon Put and Hanneman, they're just in the back at the service. They're just getting all the points for the team. They're just keeping the lead on their side of the net.
Definitely some strong serving by Humber from those two players. It is now 9-3. And Deacon Poots back there again, sends it over. Chisholm tries to set that up, but that's misplayed by Cambrian and goes out the side. Deacon Poot will serve once again, 10-3. And it's safe to say that if they don't slow Deacon Poot down and stop her serve at this point, it's slowly slipping away as the hole keeps getting bigger, as Cambrian sends it over by the hands of Chisholm. But Mitchell getting a nice strong attack there, blocked at the net. Cambrian's forced to play it. Watson sends it over. But number 13, Newman, with that nice kill there, as she just plays at the net and sends it right in the middle. Deacon Poot with the serve again, but it ends her string of serves. That it goes right into the net.
And you think it would be a little bit of an advantage for the Golden Shields to have Hanneman and Deacon Poot in the back court, but all the other players for Humber who are at the net are stepping up.
Definitely. As we see Chisholm send that serve over, and Mitchell sends it back, but it goes out the back as Cambrian catches their first break in a while. As it's now 11-5, Chisholm will serve once again. It's over. Hanneman sets that up, and Kennard sends that over. But a nice block by Mitchell at the net off of that Cambrian tip over. She saw that move coming and just sent it right down in the middle. No one had a chance as Kennard goes to the back and serves. It's over. Kring sends it. The libero keeps that alive. Mitchell does a tip over. Cambrian tries to set something up, and they do, but number 5, number 5, Vanderland, as the ball goes over, instead of setting it up, does a quick tip back that Cambrian was not expecting as they take a 13-5 lead, and Kennard sends it over once again on the serve. Kring does a tip over, but number 13, Newman, the 4th year, gets a strong kill back. Just sent that one right in the middle. They've been really good at picking the spots where Cambrian's not covering on the defensive side, as that serve is over and good. Cambrian plays it back, and now Mitchell with the attack, but no good. Nice play by Kring there at the net as it was going back and forth. A nice tip that goes off of a Humber arm and falls to the ground to get the point. Makes it 14-6 in Humber's favor as Bastine will serve. That serves good. Kennard tries to send it over, but number 15, Charlton, sends it right back at the net, and it falls off of Humber arms and to the ground. Bastine will once again serve. 14-7 is their current score. Libero gets a piece of that. Mitchell for the attack, and it hits the net and go over, and it is Cambrian point as the officials try to figure out if that touched Cambrian and went out, or if it had just hit the net and it's ruled it was just a net.
There's a little confusion, but at the end of the day, it's a right call.
Bastine with the serve again, and number 15, Charlton, gets that quick kill.
She's been stepping it up.
Response. Yeah, definitely been stepping it up at that net for them as they pull within 5. First time they've been this close in a few minutes. Bastine sends it over, just hits the net. Humber, Kennard, nice attack over the net. And number 15, once again, Charlton.
She's really taking control on the court. Right there on that play, she asked for the ball from number 8, who is Teal. Charlton called Teal and said, send that up to me, and she just went in and smacked it down.
Bastine serving once again. Been back there for a while. Just gets over the net. Libero slid in to play that one. Kennard sends it over, but it goes out the back as it's 14-11. Now timeout Humber as they're within 3. It'll be interesting to see if Humber will make some more subs, as Ashley Derrick was not the libero earlier in this one, as Wilkins played the first 2 sets. So it'll be interesting to see if they change that up, because I don't think it's her fault, but since she's been on is when Cambrian's been climbing back into this one.
And also, if you look at Charlton too, right? She's been calling for the ball. She's stepping up as that individual leader, and maybe that's rallying her team back into it, because the biggest lead this quarter was by 7, and now it's 14-11 Humber.
Definitely. Humber definitely still has the firm grasp in this one as they're up 2-0. We're an hour and 17 minutes in, but in reality 20 minutes of that was a fire alarm. If you're just tuning in, we had a large delay as the fire alarm was going off just near the start of the game, as this third set is now 14-11 with Bastine serving once again. It hits the net and falls as her run back there ends. And a good run definitely had a lot of quality serves go over that with some team play kept her back serving for a while. As now Mitchell serves for Humber. It's over. Looked like it might have been long, but number 6, Redwood, plays that, and it goes out the back as Mitchell makes it 16-11, now a 5-point lead, and Humber's going to look to make a run with this one. They bring in some more substitutes, as I do believe only 1 or 2 starters are currently on the court for Humber, and that doesn't stop Mitchell from sending that serve right in the back of the back line and keeps it in, though, for a 17-11 lead as she serves once again. And number 6, Redwood, can't get a piece of that for the dig. So Mitchell will serve now with a 7-point lead, and we have a Cambrian timeout. So, with these Humber Hawks, who do you think will be the key for them to wrap this one up and wrap this one up fast, as Cambrian will look to try to get back into this one?
Well, the obvious question would be Hanneman. She's a team leader. She's the veteran. She comes in, does her business. But I'm going to go off the table and say it looks like Mitchell. She's stepping it up backcourt there, too. She's the third person who's been out back there with Hanneman, Dick and Puth, and Mitchell has been back there, right? So I'm saying, to go off the books, I'm saying Mitchell's going to be the one that can seal the deal right here for this this quarter.
Definitely. As this set is 18-11, and Mitchell serves it over. It's set up, and Charlton tries to do the tip over. Hanneman goes for the attack, but Charlton at the net gets the block, and it is a Cambrian point.
Can we say this is Hanneman's first miss?
I think first miss is a bit far. I think she has had a few mistakes, but definitely one of the few. As number 8, Teal, goes for the serve. Mitchell gets a piece of that. Hanneman for the attack, and it goes in the net. I think it's the first time we've seen 2 mistakes from Hanneman in a row.
Definitely first time.
Definitely doesn't happen too often with the All-Canadian and last year's Ontario MVP. As Teal will serve once again over, and that dig from number 6, Derek from Humber, the second libero they've used today, wasn't very precise as it went out of bounds. And her dig again, not very precise, but Mitchell's able to send that over on that serve. And Watson at the net, blocked by a Humber sub. Mitchell, Hanneman with the attack. Redwood gets a piece of that, goes up. Kring sends it over. Few Humber players get their hands on it, but it is a Cambrian point as it makes it 15-18 in Humber's favor.
You wonder with all these points Golden Shield is getting, do you think they're picking out Derek?
I wouldn't say so. I feel like Humber has a lot of their subs on at this point. It'll be interesting to see if they make substitutions soon, as and looks to be a net violation against Cambrian on that one. And Humber, number 13, Newman, will set up the serve. That serve's good and over. And that dig over the net by number 8, Teal. Well, not really a dig, but a fist over the net. Goes out of bounds, so Humber gets that point. So it's 20-15 with Newman serving once again, but this one goes in the net as now Cambrian goes back to serve. It'll be number 17, Kring, who's been strong at points. That serve is good and over. As Hanneman goes for the attack, hits the net. Hard to play, but Chisholm tips it. So Charlton tips it over for Cambrian, and Humber can't get a piece of that one, and it goes out of bounds. So 20-17. Humber still with the lead, but not as large as they would like. As Kring serves once again, Mitchell gets a piece of that, Hanneman in for the attack, sends it. Redwood almost puts it out of bounds, but Cambrian keeps it in. Kring sends it over, falls in the back corner, so Kring gets another point, makes it 20-18, the closest we've seen this one in a while. Definitely think we may see a Humber timeout or some sub soon as Kring serves this over. And Humber tries to get it over, and it goes over, but Cambrian really all over the place here as some one touches back and forth. Cambrian goes for the attack, but it's blocked and goes into the net. Good job by Deacon Poot and Hanneman there at the net. So it's 21-18 as we see two of the starters come back on for Humber. Vanderlyn and Kinnaird come back on as it's 21-18. It's safe to, I think it's safe to say that they're keeping their second libero, Derek, in for now as Humber sets this one up. And a misplay by Watson as it hits the net and her face and then the net. So 22-18. And Vanderlyn has a chance here to get closer and closer to closing this one out. The serve's good and over, but that dig by Kring can't get it in control as that hits the net. And Vanderlyn will serve again, 2 points away from wrapping this one up. It's good and over. Go. Number 5, Chisholm sends it over. Nice dig there by Mitchell. And then Hanneman tries to play at the net, but can't get a hold of it. Was going for the tap over as they had trouble getting that one into control, as Charlton will now go back and serve for Cambrian. Cambrian serves. Set up there. The shot over by Deacon Poot gets blocked, but Humber keeps it alive. They just bump it over. Chisholm sends the attack over, and Humber can't get a hold of it. Makes it 23-20, so they're within 3. So it's not over yet here.
And this is what Cambrian wanted and what they needed from the team.
Serves good and over. Pinard in with the attack, but Cambrian gets a piece of it. Chisholm gets blocked at the net. They just go for the bump over, but it falls into the net. Chisholm tries to knock it over, but no good. As Hanneman will now go back to serve for the victory. This is the player you want back there when you're 1 point away from winning it. Nice serve over. Cameron gets a piece, goes for the setup, but a miscommunication by number 4, Bastine. Didn't realize the ball was coming to her, missed it, and that one's done now as Humber wins 25-20. And Humber Hawks won this one 3-0 in sets. Definitely closer at points than the scores would suggest, as this third set's been back and forth, and that first one was tight near the beginning. What do you think was the key here in Humber's victory?
Well, the key here was Hanneman taking control of the game and of her team. You obviously got the big net presence from Deacon Poot and Kinnaird. They were setting up blocks, getting up there, challenging shots. But all in all, it was a big team win for Humber. I know this set wasn't the greatest for them, and they would have liked to won by 25-12 like how they did last time, but you're not going to win them all. It's going to be close games, and for Cambrian, they stepped up huge right there, and they came back to fight.
Definitely. So this one ends in a Humber victory over the Cambrian Golden Shield. We'll be back here in about a half an hour. Stay tuned as the men's side face off in another match that's favored in the way of Humber, but you never know, anything can happen.
Exactly. Anything can happen.
We'll be back shortly.